This should be a time of celebration in the WNBA dump. Headline at Sports Media Watch. ABC has its most watched WNBA season ever. This league is incredible. America has fallen in love with pretend basketball. Celebrate the butt bongo. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes. Even with the Rue from Waterloo missing damn near the entire season, it has still been a record-breaking season for somewhat professional basketball on ABC. The dump averaged 1.4 million viewers on ABC, up 13% over last year. Of course, the number is inflated. It's an illusion. Ratings on ABC were inflated because nearly half their games featured the Indiana Felines. There were 12 games on ABC this year. 7 of them did not feature the Felines. I would give you the average of those 7 games, but ratings are mysteriously missing for 4 of those exciting matchups. WNBA ratings are mysteriously missing for games that aired on broadcast television. I wonder why? Either way, it doesn't matter, because a moment of celebration was ruined. A moment of celebration was completely overshadowed by the devastating news that the WNBA received yesterday afternoon. Sophie Cunningham, the only star remaining in this toxic turd, the only recognizable face amongst a league filled with anonymous faces. The Indiana Felines announced yesterday afternoon that Sophie Cunningham was out for the rest of the season. Translation? The WNBA season is officially over. Well, Uncle Casey, that's not true. We still have 4 weeks of pretend basketball left. We have 4 weeks to suspend our disbelief and pretend what we are watching is amazing. Then we have the playoffs. Ooh, I just wet my pants thinking about it. Yeah. There will be a postseason in the WNBA dump. There will be a handful of teams fighting to win the WNBA finals to secure off-season access to the golden toilet. My inside sources told me the other day, with the influx of cash that the WNBA has received from expansion dumps, and with WNBA players demanding their fair share, the diva of Dump Divas, Kat Engelbert, she has listened to these demands. She has decided to upgrade accommodations for the winner of the WNBA Finals. Not only will the winning team be fitted for the coveted Burger King crown, which officially crowns them as kings of the WNBA, they will also secure off-season access to the new and improved golden toilet, which Kat Engelbert is calling the Platinum Pooper. The WNBA will finish their regular season. They will complete the postseason. The question is, will anyone be watching? Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go and get to the sponsor of today's video, my good friends at Chapter. One thing most people don't realize until it's too late, dealing with Medicare can be an overwhelming experience. There are countless plans, rules, penalties. Calling the government for help? Good luck with that. Fortunately, though, there is help available, and that's where Chapter steps in. Chapter is an advocate for seniors to help you choose the right plan for your needs. Chapter is completely independent, which means they're only incentivized to find the right plan for you. Uncle Casey actually tested their services. My mom turned 65 back in January. Now, both my parents, they already had insurance plans, but I had her call Chapter anyway. Long story short, Chapter told my parents that they already had the best plan available. There was no need for them to change. Chapter actually found them a plan that would save them a couple of $100 every month. However, Chapter explained to my parents that their current plan would save them more money in the long run. So since they can afford it monthly, Chapter advised my parents to keep their current plan. Now, telling my parents to keep their current plan, that was of no financial benefit to Chapter, but that's the kind of honest service they provide. Look at it like this. If you were wrongfully sued, you're not going to go to court without a lawyer, right? So why would you deal with the hassle, the confusion of Medicare without having an advisor in your corner? Even if you already have coverage, Chapter might be able to find you a better plan. You literally have nothing to lose. It's free. So call today, 510-279-3616. Have Chapter find the right plan for you. Sunday afternoon, the Indiana Felines are playing the female Suns from Connecticut. There were 10 players on the court, but only one player was able to be recognized by people who weren't related to her, Sophie Cunningham. During the second quarter, some unknown named Bruce Bartley. But my name is Bria Hartley.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Bruce was attempting to achieve the impossible in the WNBA, which is dribbling and moving at the same time. As expected, Tia lost her balance and she used Sophie Cunningham's leg to break her fall. Fans of the Indiana Felines, which is nearly 100% of the WNBA fan base, they were claiming that this injury to Sophie Cunningham was intentional. It wasn't just fans calling this a dirty play. Sophie Cunningham's mother, she was also pissed off because this league refuses to protect their star players. In the NBA, you have star players scattered throughout the league. The WNBA does not have that same luxury. They've got 2, maybe 3 star players, and they're all injured. Now, Sophie Cunningham, she came to the defense of Bria Hartley yesterday. She claimed that this was a routine basketball play and there was nothing malicious about it. But there was something else that she said that caught my attention. Watch for yourself.
I don't think that there was no ill intent. I think it was basketball play. I was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. She fell. Like, there's no way that she would go in there and intentionally try to hurt me. And so I had nothing but love for Bria. I even told my mom because she tweeted something. I was like, no, Mom, I get it. But I promise you that I was like, Bria and I are super cool. And she would never try to hurt me because there are some girls that I think might.
I am willing to take Sophie Cunningham at her word. If she says Bria Hartley was not being malicious, fine. She's the one that's directly affected by it. If Sophie Cunningham is friends with Bria Hartley, if they're besties, if she's coming to the defense of Bria Hartley so she keeps getting invited to the slumber parties, fine. But there was something else she said that caught my attention. Bria wasn't trying to hurt me. We are friends, but there are other girls in this league who want to see Sophie suffer. If you're going to believe her when she says that Bria Hartley was not being malicious, then you have to believe Sophie Cunningham when she says other players are looking to hurt her. The question is, what is the WNBA doing about it? As of right now, they're not doing a damn thing. And as a result, they are potentially going into the postseason without a single star capable of drawing a mainstream audience. But KC, Caitlin Clark, could return at the end of the month. It is the end of the month. We've essentially got a week and a half left in August, and the month is over. I have been hearing about the immaculate return of the Great White Hope since the beginning of July. At this point, the odds are better that Jesus returns before Caitlin Clark. I don't think it's a coincidence that Sophie Cunningham has dealt with jealous players throughout the season. She has been in the WNBA since 2019. No one knew who in the hell she was. She gets paired with Caitlin Clark. She becomes the enforcer. She adopts the Draymond Green role, plays it to perfection. And all of a sudden, Sophie Cunningham is a superstar, and according to Sophie, other players are looking to take her out just like they did to Caitlin Clark. You know, this postseason could be a recipe for disaster for WNBA players. If the season ended today, the 8 teams in the playoffs would be the Minnesota Linkers, the New York Lesbians, the Atlanta Dreamers, the Phoenix Masculines, the Las Vegas Anonymous Faces, the Indiana Felines, the Golden State Vikings, and the Seattle Spankers. Now, the Felines, they are without the only 2 players capable of drawing mainstream interest. Now, that being said, the team still seems to be supported on a national level. But without Caitlin Clark, and even if she miraculously returns, it's unlikely that the Felines are making a deep playoff run this year. So of those 7 other teams, who is the draw? You got to remember, the WNBA playoffs start at the beginning of football season. This league has already had a difficult time maintaining interest in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Outside of windblown wankers landing on the court, what is the storyline in the WNBA right now? Who is the player that's being talked about? Who is capable of attracting mainstream interest? You're potentially looking at a situation where ratings for the regular season are going to be significantly higher than ratings for the playoffs. If that happens, and attendance numbers also decline, how does that impact negotiations for a new CBA? Would the league gain back some of the leverage if they have data that proves the only team that's drawing is the Indiana Felines? Me personally, I think the league already has that data, it just hasn't been released, which is why ratings for a lot of WNBA games are mysteriously unavailable. I think most people can agree WNBA players are going to be given raises. Now notice, I did not say that they deserved it, but you can't give Caitlin Clark more money and continue paying the rest of the league with Ethiopian breadcrumbs. The problem is, WNBA players have artificially inflated their value, and I don't see them backing down. The worst thing you can give a group of entitled players, leverage. And for the first time ever, WNBA players think they have it. But anyway, give me your thoughts on this. Sophie Cunningham is out for the season, which means the WNBA could be going into the playoffs with 0 stars. Could this be a disastrous postseason for the WNBA? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.